Good morning, good morning, morning. This is Robin from Roaming with Rover. Thank you so much for joining us today for Fun with Fiber. This week, we were working on a crocheted project. We spun the wheel and the crocheted, okay, this is a lot. Oh, I know, I can read the name. This is the Annie's Crocheted Striped Afghan Plumberry Sampler. So this is what we're making. And if you remember, I was on the fence about even working on this one. But by the time I dug it out and played with the yarn a little bit, I decided to go ahead and do it. I had finished stripe 7 when I picked this up. And this particular leaflet was for, this is like a subscription, and every month you get a bag, and I can't reach any, but you get a bag, and it's got 3 skeins of yarn and the leaflet for that month, which would give you 3 stripes in each one of the leaflets. So I just wasn't feeling it when I started this thing, and I had set it aside for probably a couple of years. So I pulled it out, played with it a little bit last week, and you guys convinced me to go ahead and work on it. And I'm so glad you did, because I really, really enjoyed working on it this week. So let me show you what we did. When we started this, this is where I had started last week. This is where we were at. I had this much done when I started. And we did this stripe, and we did this one. This is stone, I think. And then this is the cobalt, some kind of a blue color. Now this is the next row, and I just did the one row of single crochets. And so that's what's going to be the next one that we work on. Let me see if they name the names of the... So the stripes we did was the seed stitch and the multicolored checkerboard. That was this one, the multicolored checkerboard. And then we did cross stitches. Those were a little tricky. They weren't hard, but I did have to watch a couple of online videos to figure out, and I'm not even sure if I did them all correctly. Well, I think maybe they just this definitely needs some blocking to see those crosses. There, you can see them in there. I did enjoy doing that. I liked that a lot, but I did have to watch, because surprisingly there was 2 really different ways to make them. One way that you made them, you started and you made the 2 crosses, and then you kind of connected it and then made the 2 tops. And the one that she wanted us to do was you started here and then you went back and finished it over there. So you just kind of made, I think they were triple crochets, and you crisscrossed them while you're making them. But once you got the hang of it, it was fine. And so I wanted to keep going, so then I grabbed the next one, which was stripe number 10. And stripe number 10, Lagoon is the name of that blue, Lagoon. So this is stripe number 10. And those are front post, back post, double crochets, which is one of my favorite stitches because it gives it that big ridgy kind of thing. And it's easy to do. It sounds complicated, but once you do 1 or 2, you're like, oh, I got this. Simple. The front post is real easy. The back post, you just got to make sure you're going from behind and get your hook in the right spot. So that's important. So that's why this one was done. And I'm just starting this one, which is going to be stripe 11, which is called, what's it called? The bead stitch. And I've done the bead stitch before. In fact, there's a bead stitch in this blanket. But it's been a while, so I'll have to research how to do that again. So this is going super well. The one problem I ran into, because I told you I had made this blanket before in different yarn, in Christmas colors for my friend. So I had moved the instructions, and I have no idea where those instructions are. Well, when you buy these kits, these when you buy these club kits from Annie's, one of the benefits is you always has a accessibility to the instructions and to videos. Well, they have changed their website. They've completely revamped their whole website, and I couldn't find the instructions for these things. I couldn't find them anywhere. And I sent emails back and forth to customer service 3 or 4 times. There's no customer service phone number. And finally, the last time I sent a message, she was able to connect me up and show me a different way to search. She couldn't find the crocheted one. She found a knit one that I have, which is also over there somewhere. And the way she showed me how to search, I was able to find the crocheted ones. It should not be that difficult to find something that you've purchased from a company, but there you go. At least I was able to get it. So I printed out the rest of the instructions for the whole rest of the blanket. So I am ready to go with that. So I'm liking that a lot. Don't know if I'll keep working on it this week. I got a lot of things going on, so it may end up on the back burner again, but it's in my vision again. It's made me feel comfortable working on it, so I wouldn't mind getting that done. Plus, that would get rid of a whole great big tub. I've got all of this yarn is in a whole bin, so that would be a good thing to get done up. Something else I worked on, because I was almost done with it and I knew I wanted to get it finished. Look at this. So you remember the skating snowman? I tried to iron this thing and it just did not do a very good job. I can't find my good iron. How can my iron disappear? But it has. So this is our skating snowman. All done. Both sides. Both sides completely done with all the little side stuff. And this is a table runner. Skating snowman table runner. So it turned out really, really well. I just have I got a couple loose threads on the back that I need to tuck in, and that's it. And then this is done. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Another fully finished object. That's like 3 this last month. What the heck? Who is this weird woman? What else? I think that was it. I think that was it of the projects that I worked on. I did take a class, and I'm not even going to show it to you because it's so bad. I got to tear the whole thing out and start over. So I'll show you that on another week when I get down the road with it. And that was a knitting project. So new acquisitions. They're still coming in the mail. I'm telling you. I love these. I love these. So again, this was part of my Bothy Threads order. This is so cute. These are all cross stitch. Look at that. Knit 1, purl 2 with the little kitties and the mousies. Isn't that adorable? I love it. Super cute. And this is not an all over design, so this one won't take too terribly long to do. And it's about, I should have my 27 divided by 2, 13. Oh, so probably about, so 9 by 12 maybe. Maybe it's about this big, I think, when it's going to be all done. And, you know, doing this math in my head is not a good thing. Not a good thing. Here's another one. And it's square, 15 by 15 centimeters. Together again. It's just the little old people sitting on a bench with their little blankie in their lap. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Just reminds me of me and Mister, except he's got a full head of hair. So I might have to figure out how to do all hair on him, because he doesn't have no bald at all. So there's that one. And then, super cute. Well, they're all super cute. I don't know why I keep saying that. I think, is this a pillow? No. Yes? No? Maybe? No, I don't think it's a pillow. I think it's just a long design. So more kitties knitting. And these guys, they're just hanging out in their summer chairs. The mousies are helping. The mousies in these things are very helpful. So this, again, they're made in the United Kingdom, so it takes a while for them to get over there. But I love their kits. I love their kits. They're so cute. They're so clever. And then the last one, oh, another one of those shoes. Look how stunningly beautiful that is. Look, the detail on these things are just amazing. So this one is called Yuletide, not surprisingly. So beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to do this one. Every single thing that I see by Sally King, the designer Sally King, I just fall in love with. I'm really glad that we got that book the other day so I can cross off on there the things I've already ordered. And especially since sometimes it takes a while for them to get here, I forget that I've already ordered some things. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Did I order that? Did I not order that? So I think we've got one more set, maybe two more, because I know I've got one more mailing here already, and I think there might be one more still coming. So we'll see. All right. What are we doing today? We're doing stitching. So I've pulled up the spinny wheel for stitching. Now I have not taken off a couple of finished things, so if it happens to come up on then, we'll just redraw. And then I'll fix it later. Let's see if we can do this. Spin. Oh, there we got it. And now these are cross stitch, tapestry, that kind of stuff. Leaves needlepoint. Okay, leaves needlepoint. It's in, see, I made little notes. It's in the pink bag. I see the pink bag. I do not remember what this looks like. Oh, I think I do. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I was right. I knew exactly what it was. All right, this has been hanging around at least a decade, probably longer. Probably longer. There's nothing on here with a date at all, but I like leaves. I like leaves, and this is the design. Isn't that pretty? This is a needlepoint, like the front for a pillow. And let's see what we got going. Needlepoint is basically half of a cross stitch. So with cross stitch, you go up, down, and then up, down, and that's one complete stitch. With needlepoint, you just go up, down, and then up, down, and up, down. There's my needle. And you're using yarn instead of thread. So this is a thick, probably a number 5 yarn. Look how thick that yarn is. That's really thick. And it's cut into lengths about that long. And here's, boy, I need to redo the, oh no. See, I just pulled it through. What I'm doing here is making a mess. See if I can get it out. I pulled it all the way through when I was trying to undo it. Okay, see how big that needle is? It's like a darning needle like we would use when we're sewing in our ends. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that one's even bigger. Die on that one. All right, I do not have much on this done. So when you're, oh, it's not even attached to anything. When you're working with, and this is the same whether I'm doing a cross stitch or any kind of a fabric like this, you put tape on the edge. For one thing, these are really sharp and they will tear you up. Plus, it'll shred your yarn as you run through it. But this obviously needs to be retaped. So right off the bat, that'll have to be done before I can work on it. That'll have to be done. But this is where we are. I don't have much of it complete. That's the design. And we're going to flip it to the back so you can kind of see this is how much is actually finished on it. Hardly any at all. Hardly any at all. This will be a good project though, because this is something I can pretty easily take with me, I think, if I need to wander around. I don't remember how busy this week is, but you know, my weeks are always busy. Always, always, always. Yeah, let's just get this all off. And we will re-tape up those edges. But I do want to show you something here. When you've got a project that's been sitting around for a long time, See how that tape discolored the edges? So you got to be careful that that's not going to get into an area of your design that you can see, because that tape will definitely discolor it. Some people turn these down and like sew them. I've never done that. That would be much smarter, but I never do. So that's what we're going to work on this week. It'll be interesting. When I work on these, I typically, as you can see, I don't go like in a line. I just grab a color. And it's not like cross stitch where you need to start in the middle and work out. This fabric is pretty stable, so you don't have to worry about it getting all shifty. But yeah, I'll just grab a color on here and start working on it. And we'll see how much we get done. So this is what she looks like now. Much easier to see how much you got done there. And we'll see how much we get done after a week of working on it. And I say this every week, I'm so glad this is what got pulled, because I really like this project. But it's the truth. It's the truth on all of them. Now there's the other needle. My other needle's right there. It's the truth on all of them. Let's get this back in here. And I'll have to go see if Mister's got some masking tape or painter's tape. I don't know if painter's tape would hold well enough. That pretty blue tape, I don't know if that would hold well enough. But that's what we have. The Leaves Needlepoint project. And you don't really get instructions with these. You just follow the design on there. Boy, I'm sure glad I marked which color bag this was in. That made it so easy to just go over and grab it. I've got a little cubby. They're probably 10-inch wide little holes, and there's just 3 of them. And I've got all of my needlepoint needlepoint projects just stacked up in there. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for this Fun with Fiber. I was going to say Fun with Friday, which it is fun on Friday, but Fun with Fiber. And you see all the different things we worked on. We made a lot of progress this week. It was a very good week for getting things done. We'll see you next time. Please like, please subscribe, and please pop this over to somebody who you think might enjoy it. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.